Something was happening this week.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to...
Hello.
What is this, episode 4?
5!
Is this 5?
Yes.
You sound, like, distraught with me for not knowing 4. I'm sorry,
Well,
I let you
it's
down.
only because my time has gone.
Oh.
You can never go back from 5 to 4.
It's true. Your time has passed forever. Until we hit episode 44.
There you go.
Then, then your time will be back times 4.
Perfect.
That's how that works, right? I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I think. Hi, hello, and welcome to great intro to our Tuesday Tales from the Loop campaign. I'm that bronze girl, and we are here to delve into the mysteries of the Underdark. Just kidding. That's Sword Coast. We're not doing that. But
Man,
I was about to say,
It's like, sure.
Get the fuck up.
I thought we were going down into Out of the Abyss, one of my favorite campaigns.
yeah.
Yeah, because I also think we could do an episode where it's literally just our characters playing D&D.
That I've thought of that. Because it's so meta. I have debated that. That's going to be
totally
reserved
for
for
that.
like a Christmas special.
It's perfect.
Mostly because I was thinking of like have you played the Tiny Tina expansion to the second Borderlands game? It's called.
Oh, I played some of it and I was too low level and I got really sad.
I never got to
Yeah.
that point. I've
It's
only
called,
seen
like,
people play.
They play a version of D&D called Bunkers and Badasses, and
Yeah.
it's all of the playable characters and some non-playable characters from the normal game, but they're playing as their D&D characters with Tiny Tina as the GM.
It's very good.
It's pretty
Steve.
funny. It's pretty funny. I actually really liked it. I really
That sounds
enjoyed it.
legit fun.
So that's kind of, we could technically do that where you all play yourselves playing D&D characters.
Melissa will roll a paladin.
Probably, yeah.
She would, wouldn't she?
It's like a really big one.
Melissa would be like my bard from Pathfinder.
But I think, is that a good thing?
She's a sweet country girl who
All right.
plays country tunes, but she's got some weird, she's like,
Oh, that's right. You mentioned her.
yeah, she's got some weird
her.
standards or weird morals. Chaotic good type of person. So,
That's
you know.
always my favorite.
Yeah, she's fun.
Yo, Delta will rock that rogue. I'm dead certain.
Uh-oh. You're muted.
Uh-oh.
Muted.
See? Perfect
Oh,
rogue.
Wait, no.
You're good now.
Still? Okay.
You're good.
No, you're good, yeah.
Okay. Phew. I don't
That's how good at a
remember
rogue.
Got it.
That's how good of a rogue you are. You pass your sneak attack for all of our audio. Damn. Well done.
Silent is
All
dead.
about it.
So proud.
All right.
All right.
Let's do this. Let's actually go around and introduce everyone first. And since we are like on episode 5, probably talk a little bit, obviously, about yourself and then about your character as well for people just coming in. And we'll do our normal recap. So, Josh, why don't you start and we'll go clockwise.
Cool. My name's Josh. Pronouns he, him. I am the founder of a site called IntelliGame. It's a game culture criticism site where we find intersections between games and the real world. I play a character named Malone. His friends call him Delta. He fancies himself a bit of a hero for Galt. He wants to be the protector of the town. He's finding that he's perhaps not as capable under fire as he hoped he would be, but is trying to find solidarity and solace in his new set of friends that he's originally reluctantly taken on, but now sees himself perhaps as the protector of his friend group more than the protector of the town.
Hell yeah. Hi, I'm Austin Marie. My pronouns are she, her. I stream here on Twitch, and I also do a lot of illustration stuff. I have a comic called Soul on Hold. You can find it on Webtoons. It's actually going to be updating regularly now, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm excited. I love webtoons.
It's so good. I love it. Yeah, I play Melissa, and Melissa is a 10-year-old who's about like 2 feet tall and carries a giant rake with her adorned with a lot of crosses. She is super religious, but like a weird homebrew religion. Like she's got a homebrew Christianity going on. And she's currently trying to save a new group of friends that she's made, save their souls, and also fight the demons that have now shown up in this campaign.
Awesome. 4.
It's me.
Sorry, I'm like reading stuff at the same time.
I'm here to be Peggy, who is a little 11-year-old genius. She is the only 11-year-old in her middle school, and she is very attached to these friends that she's made because they're probably her only friends in Galt. And they've also done a whole lot of good things for her, as like protect her science award, introduce her to a big dog, which she's not allowed to have, and basically have some form of like interaction with people because her mom is very busy with a robot job, and Peggy is hoping to bring that robot job to her own 11-year-old life. But that's on hold because we had some problems. So now she's trying to kind of, I guess, do several science projects on what's the best way to dispose of zombies and radioactive sludge. I don't think that's possible for an 11-year-old, but we'll find out.
I mean, you tried though.
Yeah, but I almost exploded the lab. The school lab.
Yeah. You only needed 1 success too, didn't you?
Something like that, yeah.
And you rolled like 8 die and you didn't get any.
No, and that's kind of scary because Peggy has real good calculate and real good program.
Yeah.
Everything else, not so good.
Yeah, somebody like sent me a message on Twitter and was like, "You Tales from the Loop GMs are too rough. The difficulty is supposed to be 1 for most things." And I'm like, it is genius, but sure, go off. Why not?
Yeah, go off at random rolls.
Well, right, because like sometimes you guys roll like 8 die and you still get 1 success and 1 is all you need, but you can't account for that probability because only 6s count. That's not me setting the difficulty too high. That's just
the rules.
Yeah. There's been very few cases where I've said you needed more than 1 success. Typically you just need 1 and you turn up with none.
Listen, we didn't come here for your scathing review of our rolls.
Yes. Well, I'm criticizing your dice more than you all, if it makes you feel better. DC, who are you? Why are you here? Who let you in?
Who the fuck knows at this point? I'm DC. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a game designer. I made a game called Mutants in the Night, which you can find in my pin tweet on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Dungeon Commander with no E in the R. No E in the R sounds cooler than actually just Commander. I'll just say that now. There's no E in the R. I play Clark, a little he/him, who is all about that punk life. He's half black, half Samoan, has a wonderful Samoan grandmother, and a fairly okay mother. Indistinguishable race. We're not going to put those labels on either of them. Fuck yeah. And Clark is all about trying to get out of the town, trying to get out of the loop, if you will. He really cares about his friends, has a little bit of a hard time saying so, and will end up often trying to figure out what his version of punk really means, whether that is trying to defend those around him and a sense of community, but also trying to find self-value of freedom on this wild journey that we call life.
That was deep. You got kind of, you got kind of deep with that one. It's almost like when I was like, "Who are you?" It became like a.
It's got existential real
moment.
quick.
Yeah, or actually no, Tropic Thunder moment, not a Zoolander moment. Tropic Thunder, that one. I guess I should introduce myself. Hi, hello, I'm that bronze girl, full-time broadcaster extraordinaire here on twitch.tv, and I GM this game on Tuesdays. Totally forgot what day of the week it was. It's been a really busy week for me. But you know what? I'm like all energized and ready to go. I know. My weeks blur together. I'm like all energized and ready to go because I had like this like peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I sat down today. But I toasted the bread.
Ooh.
So yeah, so it was like
Treat yourself.
You're right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I toasted it so like the peanut butter got kind of nice and gooey. And then, you know, it's probably why I'm like have a brain fog. So many carbs, so many good delicious carbs. It's gonna be such a good episode. Yeah. Did anybody do anything interesting this weekend?
Maybe.
I got a full back tattoo.
And that's pretty cool. Yeah. There you go.
You know.
I got a new toy.
What is
Oh,
that?
did you get Starlink?
Is that out?
Yeah,
I want
I'm gonna play some Starlink. I'm gonna try to stream it a little bit.
Oh, is that where you build and it like does it on the? Oh,
You're gonna have to tell me how it is. I really
oh,
It's a long download. It took about 50 minutes to download.
oh my God!
A patch for it. So this is gonna be great. I hope everybody is ready. So
Oh my God!
I need to go pick that up today.
Look, there's a little fox. There he is.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I want this.
And
Yeah.
you get the R.
It's not-
So you have the R wing, right?
I do have the R-Wing. Yes.
Just gonna open up Amazon for a completely unrelated
Yeah,
reason.
I was gonna say I'm
Pick that
totally
up.
not shopping. There. Not at all.
I might need to go pick that up after we're done here.
Damn.
I mean, you need a break from Soma, Bronze. That
I
thing.
do need a break from Soma.
Because
Soma
I
is
went back to the
rough.
VOD. You got no support.
I got no support.
I forgot it was a Switch game.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
a Switch game,
Oh.
and you
Wait.
can play co-op with friends. From what I understand from their E3 presentation, that was what I got from it. It looks really cool. I feel
Is
weird
it-
talking about it though, because I have a friend, my Indian brother, over at Ubisoft, and he sent me like 2 T-shirts and a bunch of Starlink stuff. So now I feel like it's like if I endorse them, I'm sponsoring them.
You're
But
promoted.
not really.
Nah, fuck that. You just want to play the game. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Oh,
'cause
no,
he
there's
sent me the stuff
Xbox
because he knows I
One.
wants to play it. So
Oh,
There's Xbox One and PlayStation 2, so
Yeah.
PlayStation
But
they-
4 as well.
you can't mount it like on your controller unless
Let's be
it's, like, a
honest.
What does that
Pro,
mean?
They
right?
don't have the R-Wing.
Ooh,
Wait,
you
is
know
that-
what
you're
though? I
right.
might end up just like, you know,
That's
getting those
exclusive.
NFC cards. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Like with the hack amiibo cards where you're just like, oh yes, I own this amiibo. Click.
That's a thing?
No.
Oh,
I'm making it up.
I like how
Shit's
like,
fake.
confused I am right now. I'm like
Completely
really-
unrelated. In Breath of the Wild, I have every single unlockable, but like whatever. I own all the amiibos. It's fine.
Totally.
Amazing.
That's I didn't know that was a thing.
It's not. It doesn't exist.
Nah, it's definitely not super easy to do from your cell phone to like a card. Like these definitely aren't NFC stickers for Splatoon.
That's just a
Blowing my
sticker.
mind right now.
It's just a sticker with a little Splatoon character I drew on it.
I
It's
think I
fine.
just like garbage too much because
Love this.
I think I do. I'm being honest because like I'm like I could do that, but I also really want the physical. I'm like one
The
of those people-
figurines are cool.
I like
They're
to fill
cool as
my
hell.
life with objects. I love figurines in general. Like
When-
I own all the Splatoon amiibos, but it's because I love.
They're great.
Splatoon. Yeah.
When Nintendo doesn't fucking put them out, that's when you have to
Yeah.
just wait for them to be in stores.
Yeah, and I love like my Marina and Pearl, and they're like, and I put them next to Callie and Mari, and then I have like the little brown dually girl because that's like totally me. And yeah, like I was so excited when they came out with the little brown girl amiibo because I was like, oh my god, that's me. That's like what my
Yep.
character looks like. That's what I look like. I'm so
I love it.
excited. I was the happiest kid in the world. Because before that, they just had like the really pale ones. They didn't have the little brown like amiibos, but now they have the little.
Representation matters.
Yeah, and I have little brown amiibos, and she looks just like
Important.
me. Super cute. Super duper cute. Not that
Oh,
you can
they-
tell, because my fucking monitor tan right now. 3 monitors. I'm just like washed out. The further I go here, the more I like just start to become cyborg. It's great. Who needs highlighter? Not me.
Right?
I went to Big Bad Con. It was rad.
How did it go? Did you got to present your mutants in the night there, correct?
Yeah, apparently a lot of people know about it and really like it. And
Good.
I won a very super unofficial award of being the most clicked on game that everybody wanted to play when the bookings opened. And I found that out this weekend.
That's so rad.
Everybody wants to play my shit, and I didn't know that, and now I feel good.
Good.
So
Look at that. Look at that. Good for you. We're all so proud of you. Look at that.
I think everybody's doing great. We got tattoos, we got video games, and we have real life advances in production. And role-playing games.
That was such a convoluted way to put that for. We have real life advances in production. It's almost like you're presenting to a board. Synergy. We have synergy. We have progress.
Hi, welcome to Acre. We're here to grant you a sneak peek into our latest productive lifestyle orientation.
God damn it. Do you watch Far Verona? I may have ordered an extra acre pin. Do you want mine? You want my extra?
Please.
Yeah. JP sent me one, and I already ordered one, so I'll send you my extra one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, want to be acre?
Yeah.
We could be acre goons together.
Oh, please, yes.
Corporate overlord hype.
I'm just gonna transfer my Starfinder character to that because I totally am sold by Acre's principles.
There's gonna be so many people that are happy to hear you say that. There's so many Acre fans. I'm an Acre fan. But that's because I'm an alien fan, and Wayland Yutani is, like, the coolest thing ever. People are like, if I were in the alien universe, I would be a xenomorph. If I were in the alien universe, I would be a colonial marine. And then there's me, and I'm like, if I was in the alien universe, I would be upper to middle management at Wayland Yutani, and I would
You're gonna be in that boardroom.
I'd be a bastard.
You're gonna lock that child with that xenomorph.
Yes, let us send another expedition to LV-427. Ah, but we heard rumors of send it now. Bring back a specimen. Intact. Crew expendable.
I hear there's this town named Galt. Good place for radioactive sludge.
that's the voice of the villain
That's the tie-in.
for the show. That's the tie-in. It was Wayland Yutani all along. Speaking of, while slurping my coffee, I choked on it.
Ripley is the great extra great granddaughter of
Peggy
in the future.
That would be fantastic. Well, granted, thinking
Canon.
of Peggy having like grandchildren is weird in some ways, but also, yeah, timelines, right? All right. Speaking of
She just cloned
timelines,
herself.
what happened last episode? Let's see. I'm gonna try to recap the entire series up until now, which is gonna be and then we'll have Josh recap the last episode, so that way you can get your poverty luck point, your pity, not even poverty, your pity luck point.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
You're also poor in luck points. This is also true.
Note to any future players: don't be 15.
Yeah, you
Don't do it.
You subtract
Be
your
10.
age from 15, and those are your luck points.
True.
Yeah.
Be 10 for life.
And is the way to go.
I mean, you do have more attributes, Josh. It's
They're
just
not
that-
doing me any
I know. I was
good.
gonna say they don't do me a
Yeah.
lot of good. The rerolls are much more valuable than the attributes. So the story thus far, our 4 kids found each other through, I guess, like, were brought together because of Peggy. Peggy lost her, or was, I guess loss is a wrong word, had her science fair award stolen from her, and she enlisted the help of Clark, Delta, and eventually Melissa to help her get it back. There they encountered these ruffians who ultimately ended up being connected with a larger sort of gang or group that the crew ended up having an altercation with. As part of this altercation, they lost their hideout. So their crew is currently without a hideout, which sucks because it's a really easy way to cure conditions. But they've been using Peggy's house as sort of a makeshift hideout in the interim. They now owe an IOU to the said, I guess, like group's leader named Keith. And he has not yet collected on that, but in the back of your minds, the threat kind of still looms that eventually he's going to want to collect on that. In the middle of all this, Peggy's touchstone, who's kind of a crazy...
My anchor.
Yeah, touchstone. I've been playing too much Vampire the Masquerade. Who's kind of like a crazy... I always imagine him as Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Crazy scientist / conspiracy theorist. Set the kids on a wild goose chase after a Sasquatch, as he describes it. He saw a corpse being carried out, or what he surmised was a corpse being carried out of the local power plant, and he felt like he was on the track of something big. However, he kind of sent the kids into a little bit of a trap unwittingly, which is where Josh can pick up. Josh, what happened last episode?
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, what happened last episode?
Yeah, Josh, on mute.
So I was trying to remember what happened from last episode. I may or may not have been watching bits and pieces of the VOD from the last episode.
Is that
Do what must be done.
I was not prepared. Okay.
I mean, you got DC to blame for that one. DC was like, have Josh do it for the point.
We're doing it to save you.
Yeah, I'll stall by giving you an intro.
Right.
On the last episode. Tales from the
yeah, so last episode last episode resumed with the party in the graveyard. The sort of like buried locker chest thing that they had found was opening, and it turned out there was this like weird creepy like hazmat monster which the kids were like, oh, we're not dealing with this, we're leaving. So they run away. Peggy is being guarded by Owen, the gravekeeper caretaker person there. What's the word? Groundskeeper.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Groundskeeper, yeah.
Yeah, so the groundskeeper is attempting to shield Peggy, and as the one sort of monster arises from over here near the rest of the party, another two show up and amble their way in from the opposite side of the graveyard. So the party, Peggy is shuttled by Owen into the the large building that it currently houses.
It's like an office.
Yeah.
Office, yeah.
Is it an office? Okay, I thought it was like a mausoleum. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, so they're shuttled into the office, and the rest of the kids come around to the opposite side because they Owen barricades them in the front, and the two monsters coming from the far side of the graveyard make their way up to the front door. So the rest of the kids make their way to a window around the side and try to help them escape. At the last second, they are managed to get out of the window, get Peggy and Owen out of the window, and are trying to run for their lives. And at the last second, a truck shows up and blares its headlights. With blaring headlights, it is the doctor who has come to try and save the party. And everybody escapes with the exception of Owen, who trips, and the gang doesn't have any way to go back and save him. So he is assumed or presumed dead. The rest of the night is fairly dour. The party is, of course, all sorts of traumatized and upset and trying to figure out how to sort of proceed now that they know that there is some sort of sinister element that seems to be connected to the power plant. And instead of staying at the doctor's house, Malone, who is particularly angry, in no small part because he is supposed to be some sort of hero and just let a bystander assumedly die. I always say assumedly now because I've watched the Marvel movies and I'm like, you don't see them die, you don't know they're dead. Yeah, so now that we have an assumed casualty as a result of this situation, the gravity of everything has kind of changed. So for the night, Melissa is back at her house with her father, and the rest of the party stays at Peggy's house for the night, where they eat a number of 90s-esque snacks, including, but not limited to, fruit roll-ups and fish sticks. Though fish sticks are perennial. They're not limited to the 90s. They can have those all sorts of times. Anyway, so the next day... I haven't had a fish
stick for a while, now that I'm thinking about it.
So the next day they go to school and are trying to figure out sort of what their next steps are going to be. Peggy attempts to do some research to come up with a tool that hopefully will be able to set down essentially a large-scale electric shock on the ground that would be able to kill any potential intruders. And in the meantime, Delta is trying to do research to figure out what could be going on at the power plant, who could be involved in whatever scheme has created these monsters. Clark has managed to convince his grandmother to talk to Melissa's father, and has now essentially become the big brother, big sister, big brother to Melissa, which Clark takes on exceptionally excitedly, bestowing Melissa with with her very own punk jacket, which she can then decorate with whatever things she deems relevant, which included, from the onset, it was issued with a large cross, and then Melissa smears some dirty holy water on the shoulder, just for texture. The party leaves the school, and I don't remember the end of the episode.
Yeah, I can help out. So
tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was really thorough. So I don't blame you. After that, everyone gathered together and went to the doctor's house, if I remember correctly. I think Peggy wanted to consult with him or something. I actually don't remember why you went to the doctor's house, but you all went there.
We were going to confront him too.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, you're right.
That's right.
You're right.
And then, yeah.
You were going to confront him, especially because Malone in particular was very angry that he put the kids in danger like that over his folly.
Right. But also realized that we need his help.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Puddles.
And that's when we saw Puddles, who the doctor had cleaned, groomed, had his fur trimmed, nails clipped, and given all his shots. Looked like a whole new dog, whole new animal. And he took you up to his study where he had like this crazy web of he created, I don't know what you call this, like the serial killer, like the yarn web, you know what I'm talking about?
The Charlie Day thing.
Right. Yes. I was the bird law.
Yeah. Always Sunny. The Pepe Sylvia. That level of web he had constructed. And he said, this is so much bigger than you could have ever imagined. And that's kind of where we ended it. And so that's where we will open it. Josh, go ahead and take your free luck point. You'll need it. Just kidding.
1,000,000% need that luck point.
I don't think you'll need it. Murder board. I like that word for it. I don't know what you call those. I just call it the serial killer map because you always see it like serial killers have it. Like, oh, they found the serial killer's lair And what you find is dolls' heads and newspaper clippings that are all yarned. That's what you find in serial killer layers.
That's fair.
You're muted, DC.
But also the cops do it.
Yeah.
But it's about
It's usually a nice, better looking.
Yeah, I was gonna say the cops. I feel like almost have like a flow chart, you know, or whereas like serial killers have like that web of like. There's gotta be a.
The crazier the person, the more red yarn, basically.
Yeah.
Like if you're at a craft store and some guy comes in, like, you know, a creepy white male, and he's just with like red yarn, you're like, oh yeah, you're gonna kill some people tonight, aren't you? Or you're avenging your dead wife, one or the other.
Very, very particular set of skills.
2 sides of the trope right there.
I never thought about like only Austin would think of that. Like
All
I never
the
thought
photos
about
of the
like
eyes
them like
scratched out.
where do they get the yarn? I never thought about that. But yes, they probably walk into a craft store and
Michael's
purchase a
Giant fabrics.
Michael's 20% off sale. They're like, ooh, got to stock up on that yarn. I'm ready.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show.
Hey guys, what's up? How are you guys?
Where are my slippers?
I feel self-conscious because I buy tons of yarn, but I knit. So
Sure you do.
Right.
So do they.
Right.
What do you think they
knit
do
on a
with the
wall.
rest of the yarn?
They just knit on the wall. They pull it off afterwards, pull it taut. Nice scarf right there. Bam.
But my yarn is so unassuming. It's like lavender or navy blue. That's not as scary as like bright red yarn.
I feel like the more you try to defend yourself, the more
The worse it gets.
sticks out as a
but you
problem.
like me.
Okay, listen. I got called out with the whole 20% off on yarn thing because I'm like that person that's like, oh shit, yarn's on sale. So if at that point, I just felt like Austin was calling me out. with,
Listen,
like,
I've been there. We've all been there.
20% off on yarn. Those are good savings. You combine that with the ones that are already on sale.
Listen, I get it.
And then you
have a
bring your
super-
coupons?
You have a super.
Yeah, you got to
Serial-
sign up for the
serial killer
loyalty so you
board.
get them in the mail. But now, Joanne's, you can even get them on your phone. And then you just...
Damn, Joanne.
Damn, Joanne.
Slanging
Yeah,
deals out
Joanne.
here.
How you doing?
It's fine.
If the Twitter handle changes to that Brown's murderer, it'll be like, okay, yep, we knew.
I
Like-
hate you.
like-
It's for Halloween. It's for Halloween.
right. No, it's totally for Halloween.
Sure.
One of us has to become super famous and make a murder board scene where they only use lavender yarn.
On it. I'll be on it. I'll get it. Don't
I
worry, guys.
appreciate that. Put it in the comic.
I was in the background of Dexter. I can do it again. Okay. Like, let's go.
Oh my gosh. So you all find yourselves in the office. And how do you want to mention the murder board? In the office of the good doctor. What is... Dr. Ronnie. There it is. I remembered it. I almost called him something else, and then I remembered it. Dr. Ronnie's office. He's constructed this intricate web using lavender yarn of a bunch of different news clippings and a map of Galtz as well. And he's like, you know, he turns to you all and he says, this goes way deeper than anybody could have imagined.
Okay.
Is it because the zombies are from underground?
No, child, no, not that. Not literally deeper, figuratively deeper.
But they did. They came up from underground.
Well,
She has a point.
In this case, yes, but that's not where they originate from.
Okay, fine. I won't even help then.
In that case,
yes.
where do they originate from?
Well, the compound that I told you about. The compound, this byproduct that is being stored or otherwise, I don't know, created at the power plant?
It's like those movies my grandma watches where they hire a bunch of poor people to work down at the facility and they walk around like, oh, everything's fine. We're just working and making money for our homes and our freaking gardens and the fences and all of that nice white people shit. And then one day in the middle of the night, when nobody is around, somebody falls into the pit and they become like a goo monster. And then everyone that they go after, the goo monster eats them. But then when they come out, they're like a zombie. And what?
Clark.
I like this.
What documentary is this that you speak of?
It's called Nuclear Nights. It's one of the old black and white.
I think it comes on the local station at around 10:30.
Ah.
Yeah, it's on all the time.
Yeah, it's also in black and white. It's kind of old.
Well,
yeah, but
the truth never goes out of
great.
style.
That's really great. Listen,
I
sir.
feel like it might be. I feel like that might be a little bit off base, at least based on this board. Is there a logic to this board?
He walks up to you, cane in one hand, puts his other hand on your shoulder, and he says, "Son, you were just confronted by creatures that rose up out of a grave to confront you. Creatures that you saw point blank, shot in the chest with buckshot. That just got right back up. And you're still questioning whether or not things might be real? It might be time to wake up. The truth is out there."
There's some sort of logic to all of this. I don't know what it is, but I don't know that I don't think we're going to find the answer in a movie from the 1950s.
Clark, when you're a burgeoning, young philosopher, researcher, scholar, you'll meet people like this. They're what we refer to in the field, Peggy is also aware of the term, as sheeple.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the hand off the shoulder real quick. Well,
he doesn't notice. They will ignore factual evidence that has been placed before their very eyes. But it's not their fault. It's that the reality is too disturbing to confront.
This is why the grim facts of the cosmos have not yet reached into the public school system.
Precisely.
So y'all just get together and do drugs is what I'm.
This sounds like a lot.
I'm just kidding. I'm making fun of you guys, but I shouldn't. Y'all are.
Peggy, don't do drugs.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
Good.
That's what I was talking about.
I get high.
If I ever do cigarettes, it's because you do them.
I don't do cigarettes.
Oh,
Jeremy
wait, yeah,
does
that's right,
cigarettes.
Jeremy. I'm sorry. I keep associating you with Jeremy.
As you should, because he's the best.
Get you a friend like Clark.
Right?
Don't say that while he's around, obviously. But yeah, why do you think I hang out with him?
Now, sir, I'm assuming that all of this has to do with the nuclear plant.
Well, from what I'm looking at, this wouldn't be the first time we've had an incident.
Are you kidding?
This is just the first time we've had an incident with people.
People?
What do you mean by incident?
Oh,
Someone fell into a vat and came out and started eating people.
essentially, yes.
It's a good impression of what we saw at the graveyard.
Look here. And he kind of leads you over to the board and points out a photo to you. And he says, look here. Here it said that in the newspaper 20 years ago. What does it say? And there, as you look at the newspaper clipping, you see there's a local fair that's had like a sort of like sideshow, I guess, of a chicken that's continued to live after its head has been chopped off.
Mike. Sorry, that's out of character.
No, but I know the chicken you're talking about.
Mike the Headless Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love him. I stand.
I stand
Wait,
by him.
I stand.
Pause the
Yeah,
game.
this is a real thing.
Is this a thing?
This is a real thing.
I'm a Mike stan.
Get your little dropper. He's dehydrated.
Yeah, there's this. That's actually a real thing.
This is a character.
I can't tell where the real life begins and the game.
Yep.
Like, I don't know where we are.
Mike the Headless Chicken is a real ass thing.
Miracle Mike, a Wyandotte chicken.
The original Magic Mike, if you will.
I was going to say, I'm going to get Google, and Google's going to say, Josh, you're ingullible.
No, it was a real thing.
Oh my God.
Lived for 2 years, about 2 years. And
What?
it was, quite honestly, one of the most amazing $1 million schemes to ever hit the rotational circuit of goofy attractions.
It was like a thing people would drive to, like a road stop. God, Bronze, I love you for including that.
Please. Yeah. Peggy
I'm
starts
so
clapping.
happy.
At the height of his popularity, the chicken's owner earned $4,500 a month, which would be the equivalent of almost $50,000 today.
Yeah, dude, headless chickens are wild. This is why I stand.
Can we get Miracle Mike t-shirts, please?
I have a Magic Mike like onesie, so like maybe that'll.
Wait, a one? Are you sure?
It's just Channing Tatum's body printed on him.
That's more like a 9/10 Z.
Mike the Headless Chicken is now an institution in Fruita, Colorado, with an annual Mike the Headless Chicken Day, the third weekend of May.
There's some Mike Con.
Events held include the 5K Run Like a Headless Chicken race, egg toss, which seems cruel, pin the head on the chicken, the chicken cluck off, which is more cruel, and chicken bingo, in which chicken droppings on a numbered grid choose the numbers.
It's true. All of it.
You can't do that, Bronze. You can't do that.
Great fun every year. Anyways.
How?
When you look at the timelines.
I'm not going to be in character for like an hour. I'm sorry.
Bitch, I need a Miracle Mike emote, please.
If you look at the timelines, this happened around the same time. See here, look at the location of the farm. And look here, an installation by the power company. It was their first satellite location. They claimed it was some kind of power relay, but now we know the truth.
And look where this loop goes. All the way from 20 years from now goes to the same power company.
So it's a zombie chicken, and now we have zombie people.
But their heads are still on. So even if we cut their heads off, it won't be enough.
Well, we don't know for sure.
Well,
I just
I
think
tried-
it can't possibly be a coincidence. Also, look here. He points out like a local, food chain called the Galt Frosty.
Oh,
And,
no.
yeah, he points out how, see here, there was a
Galt
new,
Frosty. I love the Galt Frosty.
there's new admin offices that cropped up 2 years ago. Right next to this plant here. And he's like, points it out to you. And he's like, and then the same week, hundreds, well, not hundreds, our town isn't that big, but dozens fell ill after eating at the Galt Frosty. Now, they blamed it on E. coli, but I believe it was something more sinister, maybe a less virulent strain of whatever it is we're dealing with here. What I mean to say is, where this company goes, strange phenomena, biological phenomenon, tend to follow in its wake. What we may be witnessing is merely an evolution of what we witnessed in the past. History repeats itself, as they say.
Bronze,
I'm gonna
Food poisoning.
I'm gonna I'm going to need to make a roll. I want to make a calculate roll to see how much of his theory of this chart, this conspiracy, can be grounded in very possible to delusional.
Okay.
Yes. So I'll just go ahead and do a calculate, if that is appropriate.
All right. So as you're looking at the board, you kind of tend to notice that a lot of this kind of doesn't really have any basis in anything. But you do pick out, Peggy, that there are some clippings of people that claim that their loved ones went missing after working at the plant, that they were relocated to a different town and they were never heard from again. Like they took a transfer to the Omaha branch and they never came back.
Is there even actually an Omaha branch?
Who knows?
That sounds suspicious. And I pointed out, I'm like, look here. I think this is the most relevant. Because we know if this company is involved, they might be trying to get rid of the bodies of their workers with whatever they're doing.
I'm going to say something I've never said in my entire life, and I may never say again. Maybe we should call the cops.
We'll need evidence.
It's true.
Trust me. Me and Peggy have called them several times.
I believe that. I feel like how would the cops not know about this already?
Well, we already have one disappearance we can possibly... Well, I hope it's not a disappearance. I hope Owen is all right.
I'm concerned that they already know. Like...
That they're being paid off. Ah, yes, see. Clock. Here, you see somebody whose mind has awoken. Possibilities. He's beginning to understand the injustice inherent in the system. It could be that the power company has paid off the local authorities.
Holy shit, this is what the Clash was talking about the whole time. Police and thieves.
This is exactly how it works. Follow the money. If it's radioactive, it leads.
Okay, so let's slow down a second before we go and tell people things. What should be our next step? Like we need some sort of concrete information.
Well, the thing
I can't believe I'm agreeing with you.
Worried about is that what Peggy touched on. If this chicken could live without its head, could one of these creatures potentially live without its head? Now think about it here. If this company has had a string of disappearances, as Peggy pointed out, clearly their method of disposal is defunct. I sincerely doubt they put those things down there anticipating that they would break out. What if they misjudged? What if they thought, oh, yes, we've disposed of them, but it's gotten beyond them? We might have to synthesize something to truly destroy these creatures.
So are you suggesting that we, like, capture one of these creatures?
Oh, by gods, no. It'd be incredibly unsafe.
There's not enough space in this basement for...
Also, what about the movie?
And we also don't want Puddles to, bite one and turn into a zombie.
Zombie Puddles does sound super cool, but no. Yeah, in the movie, they say there was like an old guy who was actually a lot like you, who was like, "He must destroy the brain or the heart."
Assumedly.
Destroy the drain?
Assumedly.
Yeah. Like, you have to, they had like the bats with you put the nails through them and because you have to smash their brains or you have to get rid of their heart because I don't know. I didn't pay attention to biology, honestly.
I'll fill in the gaps for you.
Thank you.
Listen here. We certainly have to idealize what is our next step. Is it to destroy these creatures before they wreak havoc? Or is it to contain them? In fact, could very well be we could ignore them and try to get to the bottom of this web of lies and money and deceit. But also, if there is disposals being done of nuclear contamination, seeing that it does not infect anyone else might also be our goal.
I think we should light them up.
Light them on fire.
Burn their wicked souls. That's what Papa said. People burn if they're bad. They're bad. So let's burn them.
Well, we don't know how long they were. We don't know how long they were buried. Shouldn't we figure out why they got up?
We could do that after they're burned.
Well,
You mean to ask why they were reanimated?
Yeah, like, do we even know that? We don't even know where those three are. I guess. I mean, we could go back to.
I mean, we could go to the Omaha location.
Is that?
I could make a flamethrower if you want.
I feel like this is very dangerous.
This sounds, yeah.
Of course this is dangerous. This is the peak of danger. This is the Mount Kilimanjaro of caution.
Isn't that a really big mountain?
That's a.
I would rather not
Massive.
send you back to that treacherous graveyard, especially if you said that elderly gentleman, Owen, you believe he died there?
Probably.
I hope not.
He's probably dead.
He had a gun. He could have killed them.
He's maybe. I have to agree. We probably shouldn't go back there.
No, somebody has to go back and verify what happened. I think it's appropriate if you, Doctor, do this. Meanwhile, the rest of us can try to make sense of what to do next.
Oh, we forgot. The zombies are just walking around.
Right.
Here's what I think we should do.
We got to catch them.
I can use my telescope to scan Galt and try to find them. The rest of you, in the meanwhile, need to figure out what to do when we do find them. Because honestly, I couldn't make my electric grid work appropriately, at least safely, which was the point. Was it to not be safe so we could electrocute them? But you guys took down those bullies real easily. Zombies are no problem, I'm sure.
Home Alone.
We're gonna put an iron on the door. I know I'm sounding real skeptical. I just feel like we almost died, and I think if we can find a way to take care of this without being right in front of them, that might not be a bad idea.
We totally can. It's like Home Alone. We just have to lure them into traps, and then Melissa's right. We can just burn them when they're inside. Like we could dig a pit and put them in a pit.
But we don't even know how many there are.
Light them up.
Like we don't.
No, there's a total of 4.
We saw 4. We can at least get rid of some.
Hey, man.
If this has been going on, like we don't know what caused them to show up. We don't know how many more could be in other places.
And
like,
that's why I'll be scanning.
So you're suggesting that we just randomly look around and wait for zombies to show up?
No, I'm looking around. The doctor is going to investigate the graveyard. The 3 of you have to do something else to figure out what.
Let me ask a question before we get too ahead of ourselves.
Very well.
Clark, how quickly would you say these creatures move?
Not super fast. You can outrun them, but they're strong enough to.
But they're slow and they're stupid.
Yeah, Pretty
It
much.
wouldn't be impossible to imagine that maybe they haven't wandered that far from the graveyard. How far could they possibly have gotten? They might still be near the area.
Well, hopefully.
And what better way to spawn some sort of pitfall trap than in a graveyard?
Yeah. And then we don't burn one and we bring the police and we have a live one.
That's true.
You throw the police in the pit.
I mean,
I do like that plan.
Is that what we're doing?
No, we're not.
if he makes us mad.
Papa says they're a nuisance.
See, you know what? I'm really proud of you, Melissa.
Oh. Wow.
You're getting the punk thing like really quick. We don't like police.
Punk for Jesus. Amen.
Clark doesn't know what to do with himself right now.
I pet Puddles now. I just hug Puddle.
All right. Sorry.
So it is everybody clear on the path that we will trod.
I'd go on the righteous one. Always.
Esham.
I think I might have something that can help. He walks over to like his, like this large, like utility cabinet. Yes, a large metal utility cabinet in the corner of his office, and he starts like, you know, shuffling around in there, looking around. You see him like pull out a bunch of tools and toolboxes and hammers and things like that, and then you see him pull out 2 large bear traps. The kind that snap shut. And he looks at them both and then like kind of like holds them up to you guys and says, I had hoped to keep them in case I ever got a real solid lock on the Sasquatch's trail, but they might come in use for this instead.
Yeah. I mean, this looks super dangerous. Okay. Yeah. Let's, I don't know what other option we've got.
This is what you're here for. You know how to work all of this stuff.
This is not. All right. We can do this.
He hands you the traps, and he hands Clark a hammer and nails. And he's like, I don't know if you've ever set one of these before, but you'll want to nail it into the ground to secure it.
Thump it.
Okay.
Like a possum trap.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So we should go back together then.
Right, I guess.
With weapons.
Right.
I'm actually for that. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Melissa has her rake, so.
I'm so proud that you had that with
It's
this.
giant. Like, it's awkward inside a home.
It's so cool.
It like hits lights and stuff. She doesn't care.
Doc, don't tell my parents, but I know how to make a lot of stuff that, you know, could weapons. Okay. I need like nails, baseball bats. If you have any paint cans, that'd be really good. I have some leftover fireworks, the ones that you're not supposed to have. I have some of those hidden under my bed in a box of Adidas.
Adidas?
That might be precisely what we want. Maybe we could attract them with some sort of auditory or visual distraction. It might
Bangers?
catch their attention.
Yeah, I got plenty of bangers.
And that way we could maybe sit at a higher vantage point and attract these dumb, slow things and lure them into our trap. It'd be much safer than wandering out into the woods looking for them.
And I actually still have a stash of. Try not to talk about this. I have a stash of melee weapons. You know,
What?
like
What's a melee?
like baseball bats and like large pointy sticks. You don't want it to come to that, but yeah, we could probably grab those. That might be helpful.
You children are a bit strange and in need of guidance, but I am, at this moment, thankful for your resourcefulness.
I have one true guidance.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
you'd like to arm yourselves and perhaps reconvene here in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm ready.
I'm looking forward to this. This is
All right.
real work.
Then we'll get back. I'll load you all up into my pickup truck and we'll try to set some sort of trap for these things and mayhaps even see what has become of your friend, this Owen.
Yeah, I hope
And-
he's okay.
Yeah.
He, kind of ushers you all out so you can get to your preparing. Each of you can prepare one thing. What is one thing that is reasonable for you to have? Not like, I'll get a bazooka that I have in my yard.
That's what Melissa was gonna grab. Damn. Damn, her tank.
I'm just gonna
her
grab
Sherman tank.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab my Desert Eagle and my Elon Musk brand flamethrower.
Wait, is that I'm
Yeah,
not
thanks.
Googling it. I'm
That's
not
the thing.
gonna.
Yes, Elon Musk
Just
invented a
assume that Mike
flamethrower.
if you believe in Mike the Headless Chicken, how is Elon Musk the flamethrower?
Much more easy to believe, honestly.
Oh.
I don't think Melissa has her rake, so I don't think she's gonna prepare much from that.
Okay,
Like her rake and her freak child strength, so like we're good.
fair enough.
Clark's gonna go get some illegal fireworks.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for fun.
Could I maybe what is Delta's like special item? Was it the steel balls?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The ball bearing.
I want to make it so he has like a slinger for that.
Yeah.
And I want to give it some potency so it has a +1 for each use with my tinker.
Okay.
Right. I'm gonna do some tinkering. I'm gonna do that again with a luck.
Yeah, go for it.
You're gonna be deadly. You're gonna be amazing.
There we go.
There you go.
Sweet.
Perfect.
I present it to you. It even has like a little like arm brace for you as well.
Nice. This is one of those
That's
nice
bad.
slingshots.
That's impressive. I hoped it would never come to this.
Don't stop doing that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. You're a superhero. Of course, it's not supposed to come to this.
Yeah, this is what we're made for. I'm gonna go to. I have a stash of like. There are a lot of like training weapons. So like, not like kendo sticks, but like the bokens, like wooden training swords, stuff like
yes. Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
So I have like a stash of those. So I am gonna grab. What I guess there are 5 of us. So. They're pretty. I mean, they're strong. You know, solid pieces of wood.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna. It's not a sword. You're not gonna kill anything with it. But
Yeah.
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 but it's. I think it would be reasonable to assume that a teenager would be able to purchase such a thing. So Or
does
obtain.
Delta. What does Delta LARP in his spare time?
No. Okay. So a little too real, but like there was a store at this mall down the street or not down the street, on the other side of town, and they had like wooden training swords. And so me and a couple of my buddies bought these wooden training swords and would spar out in the lot next door from the neighbor's house. Except one day, like, so one of my buddies was like actually trained in martial arts and like by his father who lived in the Bahamas. And so the 3 of us were kind of sparring, and I like he blocked me, but a little bit too late. So I ended up like poking him in the junk, which I was really I mean, like, that's a terrible experience for everybody. I felt real guilty. And so he like took a second and he was like recovering himself, and then I swear I have like never seen somebody like grow in size before, but he was just like pissed. So he's like coming at me with his, and like swings, and I went up to block, and the next thing I know, I have like half of a wooden training sword because he just chopped the thing like clean in half. And I was like, oh God, somebody here is gonna die. Like, but then after that, he kind of like cooled down and everything was okay. Anyway, the point of the story was, no, I wasn't LARPing, but I was still a dumb teenager.
I love this story.
You sacked someone and he almost snapped you in half.
So
and if it had happened, not only would it have totally happened, because dude was like, definitely would have fucked me, damaged me, but I couldn't have even faulted him for it, because if I'd have been just as angry.
So did this happen to Delta as well? Is that why Delta?
No, I'm just saying, you don't have to be a LARPer to have some training weapons on hand.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that also, you're a LARPer. I'm just putting this into the canon of the universe.
A little too close to home.
Welcome back.
All right, glad we sorted that.
The gentleman doth protest too much, methinks.
Hey, wait, are we? Is this just like trying to come back for the murder thing? Is that what happened? Proud's like, this is my chance. Jump in. I'm not a murderer.
If I'm gonna be a murderer, you damn sure are gonna be a LARPer, okay?
See, it's how. Yeah, you don't fuck with the bronze, all right? He's gonna come back and get you.
The bronze get the horns.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you a LARPer or a furry. Something's gonna happen. So you grabbed a handful of wooden training swords.
Yes.
Okay. I'm thinking here for your. Here's how I think we're gonna do it. For your sling shot, I'm gonna have you roll your body and your let's see. It's not really like a dex ability. So probably like your body and force, because you're like holding the sling back. But then you'll get a +1 from Peggy's sling, and you'll get another +1 since you're using your iconic item. But you will have to note that you only have 12 bearings, if that makes sense. So
Cool.
yeah, you'll have 12 to use at your disposal. I don't know, because I was thinking, it was like, how would we roll for that? And I figured that was probably the best way to do it. So you'll have a modifier of 2. You'll get 1 from Peggy's Tinker ability, and then 1 from using your iconic ability. Because
I don't get the 2 from the iconic item. I'm only lobbying because I only have 1 luck.
Oh,
Just do it as much as you can. Milk that.
yeah.
Milk what you can. Find the plot holes, exploit them.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give it a +3.
Still not gonna roll any 6s.
Not a 1.
Yeah. I also just realized, do you have a 0 in force?
I do.
Oh, so you're gonna need the 3.
I am a sneak character.
For a second, I was like, maybe 3 would be broken. It's like, no, actually, it probably wouldn't be, because, yeah, only 6s count.
Definitely the thinker, not the puncher.
All right. So is that everyone's got their items? Clark, you just grab the fireworks?
Yes, and for not related to combat, I'm going to bring a tiny cassette tape that is connected to a pair of headphones, the one with the silver.
Yeah, the metal band thingy. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a cassette in there.
Music.
This is not for me. I have a Walkman. A CD.
Walkman.
Look out!
That's wow.
This is for my apprentice.
Non-skip CD player though.
Nah, I ain't got that kind of money.
It might have like 5 seconds of skip protection.
That's some skip.
It's not like the 30-second where you just shake it. You're like, I can't believe I could do this.
Hey, y'all remember when music would skip if you shook it too much?
Yes.
Y'all remember
Shake
that
your
was like a
computer.
real life thing?
I had a CD player that had a bar that would like fill up the more skip protection had loaded, and it would do like 30 seconds of skip protection.
What?
Yeah.
Remember hit clips?
I remember getting a mixtape from one of my classmates for my birthday.
Oh my God.
They were in love with you.
Yep. Calling it now.
Confirmed.
That's how it is.
Yep.
Confirmed.
The only person who has made me like a physical mix CD, she's gay now. So like it was back then.
Boom.
Her and her beautiful girlfriend are having a great time, but she made me a mixtape.
Damn. Homewrecker. Just kidding. You're not a homewrecker.
Whatever. I was awesome.
I love
Was.
Austin.
Yeah, I'm way less cool now.
God damn it. You're still cool, Austin. Don't talk down to yourself. All right, it's my job.
Like to talk me down or like self-love on yourself?
Oh.
I was gonna say talk you down.
Okay, yeah. Fair.
Fair. Yeah. God damn it. Alex is gonna cancel this show. Y'all need to stay on.
You're like,
on
and that's a good
track.
time for a break.
Yeah. So you all prepare your items, and is there anything? Is there any? This is your opportunity. Like, if you want to talk with anyone, if any of you have any conditions you want to visit your anchor and heal. I think. Are you?
I think I still had angry on mine, but I don't know if that went away or not. It's not on here.
I thought it went away when you talked to your dad after.
He took away one of them. He took away scared.
Scared.
I think I still have angry, but it reset.
No, I remember you getting rid of angry because when Clark's mom, or sorry, not Clark's mom, when Clark's grandma came and told you, and then you had a conversation.
So I got rid of both of them. Okay.
Yeah, because you weren't mad at your dad after that.
That's right. Nah, Melissa's chill. She's fine.
When you're talking about that reset, though, does anybody have experience on their card still?
No, I don't.
Because
You
I
got
don't have
experience from
any.
last time, didn't you?
I think I had 3 or 4.
Did
But
it
it's
dump
fine.
your experience?
I think something went wrong with the sheet because when I first opened it,
Mine's all loaded weird too.
Yeah, it was loaded kind of strange.
It's like it's got a big white gap on top of it, so I don't know.
Yeah, mine just loaded that top gap part, but I think
Oh, there we go.
I think our experience might have reset.
I see your experience, but I don't know.
I
really?
reopened it. I closed it, reopened it as a pop-up window, and my experience is back. And I had 4 points.
I don't see
Services.
Clark's experience, but I see everyone else's.
How much do I have?
You have on my thing. You have 5.
Oh, I don't see any.
Yeah, just close it and
Weird.
reopen it.
Okay.
Oh, I see you clicking them.
Okay, I'm
You're
refresh.
clicking all over.
I think we've got some kind of desync. Yeah, because I see you with 5, and then I saw you check them and then uncheck them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think I had any experience because we spent some in the middle of.
that's right. We were leveling up a bit.
Yeah. Did
I
you get
don't think I
experience at the
actually
end
had.
of last session?
No.
Okay. So you actually mark 3 experience from last session as well.
Okay. And we spend 5 to upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God,
Hell
my
yeah.
experience is
Well, it sounds like it's time for a body upgrade. Yep. Or
Right,
force.
I'm gonna level up, investigate, and tinker.
I'm leveling up my move. That is now at max.
Dang.
Min max, let's go.
Fast.
Min max.
Like if you need me to run
Fast.
to or from.
The tiny terror is here. She quick.
Awesome.
But you can't lose her in a store because her rake is too a little flag on it.
All right. And then, yeah, Melissa, with your previous 5, and then with those 3, you have 8. So you could buy at least 1 level up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a point in force.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool.
Sweet. So, with everybody prepped and ready to go, we're officially already like an hour and a half in. I know, weird. So we'll do our quick 5-minute break, and then we'll come back. And when we come back, we'll just start right at the graveyard.
We're gonna kill some zombies.
Or something.
We are children.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back. And after this message from a drummer boy who did the music. I was going to say, what, this message from our sponsors, like some kind of weirdo.